Hey, good morning. This is Mrs. Hawk, and I have a brief little summary of how we're going to be working this semester in biology. A lot of the work will be asynchronous, but there will be some that will be synchronous where we're going to be working in this beautiful lab facility as active lab participants. And sometimes we end up in a situation where we can't be an active participant in the lab. And there's a Google form on Classroom that you'll be able to fill out if you're in a situation where you need to participate in the lab from someplace else. So filling out which period, last name, first name, the date of the lab as you are actively participating in it, the main idea, what contributions, what specific things are you doing in that time period to contribute to the work that those who are in lab. And then what are some of the challenges that you noticed people had in the lab today? And what are your own questions that you have related to this particular lab? And is there anything else that you'd like to share? And you can send yourself a copy of it and submit it. Now, this is strictly for those of you who need to do virtual labs because you're unable to come to class during the class time. There is still the ability to have sickness and to have excused absences. But we're really going to try and focus our time on working in the lab and improving our skills there. So some things like raise your hand and be a conversationalist on the chat, be engaged in the large group, be engaged in the small group activities, and really trying to bring all the things with you to class that you're going to need, especially those notes for the quizzes. Assignments, there's Edpuzzles are out there. They are risk-free practice. And the assessment comes after the practice and hopefully reflects your skills at that point in time. We will be doing a lot more individual work this year as a COVID situation. And your electronic devices can be either tools or toys. How are you using your electronic device to be an active participant and in the class that we are doing, and the lab that we are doing, or the work at home? Just a quick little focus here. Letter grades are related to the work that you are doing. Are you exceeding standards, meeting standards, or not meeting standards? And those are reflected on Infinite Campus. The percentages are out there on Infinite Campus. Graded work is due on the due date for full credit. Unexcused work with an unexcused absence will come with an 80% maximum score in that. And it needs to be done pretty quickly if we're expecting credit for it. And again, the labs are a verb. We do and we think, and virtual is very different. It's amazing how easy it is to get behind after missing class, excused or unexcused. So Classroom will host an archive of your work, and also utilize the call-in phone number to call in absences. Have your parents call in if you've got doctor's appointments and things that get in your way of being able to come. There's a biology textbook and a chemistry textbook. Check the website. And recopying your notes is a really good strategy. Watching these Edpuzzles multiple times is a good strategy. And if you need or want extra assistance, let's meet. Let's talk. Thanks, guys. I look forward to our work together. It is hard work, but you will be better for it. Thanks, guys. On Google Classroom, you will find the stream that has little notes and updates for our work along the way. On the classwork tab will be the work that you're going to do. And if you notice here, the deadlines, the assignments for the week are posted within that particular week. And right now we are working on mammalian digestion. There are a couple things out here that are important to the students who are completely virtual or temporarily virtual. The first is a link to the digestion simulation that we are going to do in the classroom with paper and pencil. This is an electronic version that is out there for those who are at home. Week 2, there is also a live lab that we are doing to compare the anatomy of a few different mammals and seeing how they are similar and how they are different. I also posted a link here to the virtual lab participation reflection and also a link to our plans for this particular unit. And keep in mind, new things will be coming up here. Those of you who are virtual should be joining us on Thursdays and Fridays to do the labs. You will be able to watch as an observer and interact with the people who are in the classroom. I'd really encourage you to look through the people list for this class that you are in and see if there are people in the class that would make good partners to work with. Grades, this particular piece I'm not going to be using. Grades will be updated on Infinite Campus, and we are looking to have some tests throughout the year, some lab tests, and some work. I will be assessing your lab performance as a part of this year also, or this semester since we're in the lab. And those of us who are in the lab will have the ability to move and manipulate some of the parts and pieces. And those of you who are at home really engage with those who are in the classroom through conversation and asking questions.